Hey guys, it is MattySports bringing my Week 12 predictions of the 2015 college football season. Last week in Week 11, I went 6-4. Georgia was surprisingly able to get the win over Auburn. Auburn had the lead for the majority of the game, but Georgia came back to win by a touchdown. Pittsburgh beat Duke on the road, so Duke's basically eliminated from the Coastal, so now it's basically locked up by North Carolina just about. Florida State came back on NC State. Now, Florida State was losing, but they pretty much dominated the second half. Everett Golson played horrendous. Sean McGuire came in, played pretty well, and Jimbo Fisher has stated that Sean McGuire will be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. So congratulations to him. He definitely deserves it as he's worked hard over the years. Alabama took care of Mississippi State pretty easily. North Carolina destroyed Miami, so North Carolina definitely looking good, only having one loss to that fluke loss at South Carolina where they had a bunch of turnovers in the red zone. Memphis lost to Houston, so Houston, the only undefeated team left in the American Conference, so congratulations to Houston. Arkansas upsets LSU. I said it last week that I knew this game would be close, and I kind of wanted to pick Arkansas, but now for the second straight year in a row, Arkansas has won, so congratulations to Arkansas for winning that rivalry. Oregon upsets Stanford, another huge upset, which basically sort of eliminates the Pac-12 from the playoff. Stanford would need a bunch of other teams to lose, and I don't see a two-loss Pac-12 champion making the playoff. Temple loses to South Florida, so my upset special was correct. South Florida played a heck of a game, scored a lot of points, and they were able to handle Temple at home, so congratulations to USF. And lastly, Oklahoma beat Baylor, putting my record to 6-4. Now we're on to Week 12 where we have 10 more games, and we're starting off with the American Conference with number 21 Memphis at Temple. Both these teams are coming off of losses. Temple losing to a sort of average USF team. USF just played phenomenal last week in order for them to win. And Memphis coming off of the loss at Houston. Back-to-back road games for Memphis. I still kind of like both these teams, but just because of how Memphis has had a tougher, I guess I can't really say tougher schedule overall because Temple has played Notre Dame. I just feel like I like the whole team on Memphis more than Temple, so I'll take the Memphis Tigers to win. Next, we have an SEC West matchup of number 15 LSU at number 22 Ole Miss. LSU has not lost 3 straight games in a row in the regular season since like the 90s, pretty far back. And Ole Miss, they're still kind of just that average SEC West team. But they're at home, and LSU's honestly been playing really sloppy lately. Leonard Fournette's just playing horrible right now. So I will take the Ole Miss Rebels to hand LSU their 3rd straight loss. Next, we have a rivalry game of Arizona at Arizona State. Now, this game's pretty much dead even for me. It's going to be really close. Arizona State could have the advantage because of the home crowd, but I'll take Arizona playing some pretty good football the past couple of weeks, so I will take Arizona to go on the road to win this game. Next, we have a top 25 Pac-12 matchup of number 24 USC at number 23 Oregon. The rankings are close. Both these teams have had disappointing seasons compared to their preseason rankings. And Oregon coming off of the upset win over Stanford. USC's starting to gain their steam back towards the end of the season. I think both these teams are on a little bit of a hot streak, but I will take the USC Trojans to go on the road and win at Oregon. Next, we have a top 25 Big Ten matchup of number 20 Northwestern at number 25 Wisconsin. Both these teams have had pretty okay years. Normally, Wisconsin's usually ranked around the top 15-ish range, so right now they're kind of just barely on the edge at 25. Personally, I don't really like both these teams. I don't think they played the best kind of football, but I'll just take Wisconsin at home because I like cheese. Next, we have a rivalry game of Boston College versus number 4 Notre Dame at Fenway Park. So, going to have some football out in Boston at good old Fenway Park. And I think it'll be a slaughterfest in which Notre Dame will crush Boston College, so Notre Dame will win. Next, we have a top 10 matchup in the Big 12. Number 10 Baylor at number 6 Oklahoma State. I personally never really liked Baylor as a whole team. They don't really play good defense. Their starting quarterback has been injured for the past few weeks now, and that ends up costing them last week as they lost to Oklahoma. Oklahoma State's at home, so I will take Oklahoma State to stay as the remaining undefeated team in the Big 12. So give me the Cowboys of Oklahoma State to win. Next, we have a top 25 matchup in the Big 12 of number 18 TCU at number 7 Oklahoma. This game's pretty easy for me to pick. TCU's been playing just not the best. They barely beat Kansas, and Kansas doesn't have any wins, so that's pretty bad. I think that happened to them last year, too. They had a really close game against Kansas, so I guess something with TCU and Kansas, but I just don't like how TCU's playing. Oklahoma has been is playing as one of the hotter teams right now, with that only loss still being to Texas. And Oklahoma's at home, so I will take Oklahoma to win. Next, we have the upset special, and we have number 12 Michigan at Penn State, and I'll take Penn State to possibly upset the Michigan Wolverines. And lastly, we have the game of the week where College Game Day will be going to. And that is number 9 Michigan State at number 3 Ohio State. Big game in the Big Ten. It's a very crucial game in deciding who will win their division. Michigan needs Ohio State to win because that would give Michigan State their second Big Ten loss. And then Michigan would have to beat Ohio State the next week. And it would basically be the tiebreaker between Ohio State and Michigan, but Michigan would have beaten Ohio State, so Michigan would go to the Big Ten. So in order for Michigan to stay alive for the Big Ten, they need their rival to win. But I just don't see Michigan State being able to win, because I guess technically they're both Michigan's rivals. I think Michigan State is honestly overrated. They barely beat Michigan on the fluke play. I just don't like, they play too many close games against weaker competition. Then again, a win's a win. Ohio State was sort of the same earlier in the season, but as of late, they've been playing more solid football, and it's going to be at the Horseshoe. So I'll take the Buckeyes to win. But anyway, guys, that's been it for this week's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of the games that I have covered this week, games that I covered last week, or any games that are not on this list that are happening this week that you may have been interested in. Let me know. And anyway, guys, this has been MattySports. I'll see you guys next week for Rivalry Week in Week 13.